Shalom, back with part 2, the rite of passage into the kingdom. Okay, and we're going to give you some precepts to give you understanding on that. Let's start here in Acts 14:22. All right, the King James Version confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, tribulation, as in Jacob's trouble, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So this is your rite of passage into the kingdom. Let's read the NLT version. Where they've strengthened the believers, they encourage them to continue in the faith, reminding them that we must suffer many hardships to enter the kingdom of the Most High. You understand? And that's your rite of passage to do so. Okay? And we go back to Matthew's, this time 7:14. All right, the straight gate. Okay, let's start at verse 13. All right, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that go in thereat. So the majority of the people are in darkness. Right, as you read in Isaiah 60:2, okay, meaning that their vision is obscure. Where there is no vision, the people perish. You understand that? What about Proverbs? All right, 21:16. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding, meaning they have no spiritual discernment, which is a gift, all right, shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay, spiritually, mentally dead. You understand, people? Okay? So, you can enter the Most High's kingdom only through the narrow gate. You see that? Which is a degree of difficulty, because the word straight means a degree of difficulty. All right? And we'll get to that right here when you read it. See? Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that findeth life, immortality, the new bodies, co-heirs to the kingdom with Yahushua. All right, kingdom means rulership, power, and dominion. Hello, you understand? That's not for the whole world. Did Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, share his kingdom with you? Absolutely not. Okay, the Bible is about the rise and fall of kingdoms. The rise of the Israelites, the fall of the Israelites, and their redemption. You people understand that? Yeah, your redemption. For you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? Okay? So, you can enter the Most High's kingdom only through the narrow gate. Right? The highway to hell is broad. And again, there's no such place as hell. It's not a place. It's a condition. For example, the Israelites are in their hell. We're on the bottom. Okay? Who sits in the power seat and has since the Renaissance? The Edomites. Okay? Just like they got to rule twice before the Renaissance, they ruled calling themselves the Greeks and the Romans. Okay? You understand, people? They call themselves by the lands that they conquered. Okay? That's also covered in the scriptures, Psalms 49:11. All right? So, hell is a condition, like, being in a low estate, being poor. Okay? You understand? Okay? That's what it's talking about, a condition. All right? So, but the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult. We told you that. That's what straight means, a difficulty, and only a few ever find it. And again, that's going to start with the elect, who have been predestined, okay? All right, give me a minute. See what it says here, 1 Peter 4:12, right above it. All right, in dark lettering, share the sufferings of the Hamashiach. Okay? Suffering for being a Christian, for being an Israelite. Okay? Because again, really, only the Israelites can be Christians, okay? And again, the Bible will clearly show you that, because the Bible is about separation. And Israel is separated from the other nations, okay? And again, that's all over the scriptures, people. Again, what is that? Matthew 10, 5 and 6. Yahweh Shai talking to the disciples and commanding them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles or the Samaritans, but rather go on to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. There's your separation. That stuff is all throughout the scriptures. Okay? Jacob is the lot of the Lord's inheritance. Jacob representing the 12 tribes of Israel. It has nothing to do with the other nations. Okay? The kingdom. You understand? Rulership, power, dominion is for the Israelites. Okay? So, dear friends, don't be surprised. Matter of fact, you know what? We'll end this here. We'll pick this up when we come right back with parts 3 and 4. Shalom.